before we start, I just want to say I am always 100% right about everything I say when it comes to spoilers, image gallery, what do you want to call it? All right. So if you want the rundown, I've never messed up ever. Legitimately, I'm actually cool stuff pays me to do set reviews, and if you look at my past ones, I've been right about almost everything. Not obviously like everything, but usually pretty good job. Overall, are you excited for Neo Dynasty? I am now, because I've seen some of the cards. So yeah, but anyways, let's get to it. So Spirited Companion, 2 mana 1/1, enchantment creature dog. And when it comes into play, you draw a card. This card is good. It will see play. It's great because one, it's an enchantment. It's basically Elvish Visionary. While it doesn't have the card type that's relevant, like dog is not a relevant card type, like elves are, or like goblins are, or whatever. However, it is an enchantment. So things that care about enchantments, this will trigger them twice, right? So if you're playing an enchantment deck, like in Historic or something, or wherever, this triggers enchantment triggers multiple times. So that in itself is pretty big. So yeah, the downside is outweighed by the good side. The downside is that you can naturalize it, but no one really cares if you naturalize it 1/1. Regardless, this card is good, and we'll see play. Secluded Courtyard. As this card enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. All right. So adds a colorless mana. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of a creature or a creature card of the chosen type. Oh yeah, this is just like, this card's really good. Like, and this is like free in tribal decks, right? So you just play a lot in dragons or goblins or whatever. Unclaimed territory. It's playable. It's not insane, but it's playable. It's fine. Unclaimed territory is a card, yeah. So it's good. It's good for the decks that are doing like 3 or 4 or 5 colors. So if you're playing an aggro deck and you want to play more than one color and you're in a tribe, yeah, it's like something like Humans is a good example. It's just another card lets you cast, your rainbow colored humans or whatever. Silver Fur Master, aka Master Splinter, blue black, 2/2 ninjutsu for blue black. Ninjutsu abilities you can activate cost 1 less to activate. Sure. Other ninjas and rogues you control get +1/+1. It's always hard to evaluate these cards specifically. Like a 2 mana lord is of course good, but our ninja's good, or our rogue's good. I don't know. I need to see like the rest of the set. How many ninjas do we have? How many rogues do we have? I will say though, in a vacuum, a 2 mana lord is very good. And this is a 2 mana lord with upside. So if there is good support for ninjas and rogues, this is a good card. It really depends on the support for it. All right, Juki Naturalist, Jukai. Man, keep the good times coming. I'm gonna keep you coming. All right, 2 mana, 2/2 enchantment creature lifelink. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. This is again pretty powerful. It is enchantment. Cards like this have seen play in the past. There's like something the Pantheon. What's it called? Herald. I think Herald of the Pantheon is what it's called. There's been cards like this essentially. This card again, it's okay. They're fine. They're not insane, but depending on what enchantments you're trying to get out, sometimes you want them, and sometimes you actually don't. Like if you're playing a deck that was back in the day, there was a enchantment deck that like had Constellation with like Edelon Blossoms and the giant Doomwake Giant And this card there's a card similar to this that wasn't that great. It was fine, but it was better. It was better back then to ramp with a card called Sylvan Caryatid or Caryatid. So this is just, it's okay. I would give it like a 2 out of 5. It's really fringe. It depends on everything else. But so far we see a lot of enchantments. It does make the dog cost 1, but it also doesn't reduce the future cost of the naturalists. And again, being enchantment is huge. Enthusiastic Mechanaut. 2 mana, 2/2. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. All right, this is better. Artifacts are a lot more scary than enchantments are, because most artifacts are colorless, so they're almost always reduced. It's also has evasion, so this card is a good card. Again, it's like Electromancer with flying for artifacts. In a vacuum, this card is great. It's very solid. How good are the artifacts is what you got to ask. So if the artifacts are good, this will see play. If not, then no. But this card by itself is very good. Surge Hacker Mech, 4 mana, 5/5 menace. When Surge Hacker Mech enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control to a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Crew 4. No, this card's bad. This card is not that great. It's 4 mana. I don't think it's that great. If it's 4 mana, it by itself deals 2 damage. Playing a ton of vehicles usually isn't a good thing. Unless they can crew themselves, which they can't. So I would say this is not very impressive. I'd rather play something like this. Reminds me of a card called Fleetwheel Cruiser, which is a 4 mana 5/3 with trample and haste. That card saw some play here and there. I think that's just a worse. I think this is just worse card than that. It's just, I don't know. Not a fan of this one. Don't think it's that great. The Reality Chip. 2 mana, legendary artifact creature. Equipment Jellyfish. 0/4. Dominaria Brothers Wars coming up. Should be some busted artifacts there. Oh, for sure. But this doesn't check artifacts, it checks vehicles. If Surge Hacker Mech did damage equal number of artifacts you control, then yes, this card would be very good. Or if it hit face, if this thing hit your opponent's face, then yes, it would be good. But it doesn't. It can't. Anyways, so the Jellyfish, it's a 2 mana 0/4. It says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the Reality Chip is attached to a creature, you may play land and cast spell cards at the top of your library. So basically, if this is attached to a creature, it's Future Sight. It becomes Future Sight, right? And it costs 3. Basically, costs 3 to equip. I guess they named it Reconfigure because it's wait. Why is it Reconfigure? I guess because it's not, because it's alive. I guess that's weird. Anyways, this card's a 2 mana 0/4. Not that impressive. And you have to equip it to basically for it to be a Future Sight on a creature. I think this card is cool. I think this card is sweet for like a commander deck, but I don't think it's that great for actual competitive play. Will I play this card? Will I try to build around it? Yes. Will it be a tier 1 deck or anything? No. It'll be fun though. But basically, you're paying 5 mana for a Future Sight that's vulnerable to creature removal. But it does have the legendary creature type. So having Future Sight as your commander is super, super cool. I do like that. So that's a cool commander card. Card is broke? No, it's not. Future Sight was never broken. That card's been around for ages. It's like Frenzy, but better. It is not like Frenzy, but better. No. Because this is a 2 mana creature. Also an artifact. Artifacts are easier to deal with than enchantments. On top of that, it's also a creature. Like, okay, here, let me give you an example. You pay 2 mana. Next turn, you play your creature. Next turn, you take your whole turn to equip this to your creature. Your opponent plays Fading Hope. You pass, and now you have an 0-4 still. You've done nothing. All right? Got it? Cool. Goro, disciple of Ryusai? 2 mana, 2/2. Creature you control gain haste in a turn. That's pretty good. For 5 mana, make a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying. Activate only if you control an attacking modified creature. Equipment, auras you control, and creatures are modifications. Wow, imagine modifying yourself. Who would mod themselves? Crazy. Is this card good? How good are the modifications? I want to say no. It's not that great. This card is not a very good aggressive card. I will say that. It's not a card you just jam in your mono red deck to kill your opponent. This is not Robert the Rich. This is not, Rahilda, whatever it is. This is a dragon spirit making thing with, I don't know, it seems kind of bad. To me, it seems kind of bad. I'm gonna say no, does not see play. It really depends on the modifications, but even with modifications, I can't imagine it's that good. Boseiju, who endures. Add 1 mana, or you can channel it from your hand. Channel is, by the way, channel is I believe, instant speed mechanic. So it's not sorcery speed. Discard Boseiju, who endures. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land opponent controls. That player may search their library for a land card with a basic land type and put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. This card is nuts. It's just a really good card. It's not, I won't say it's broken, but it's really fucking good. If you're playing a green deck, you automatically play at least one of these no matter what, right? So it's just a very solid card. It's very versatile. At worst case, it's a forest in your deck. At best case, it destroys some fucking annoying enchantment artifact or even a land. It's a very powerful card, and we'll see play in every format. Just an excellent card. Excellent card. It's also fucking the channel is instant speed. It's a free shock or triumph for the opponent. Yes, sure. But okay. There's a card called Path to Exile. Okay, that costs 1 mana and it exiles a creature, and the opponent gets a land for it, right? Now imagine if I told you, hey, here's a conditional Path to Exile, except it's a land, so it doesn't take a spell slot. I'm telling you, this card is very, very good. Yes, they get a land, but this is already going to be a land in your deck. Again, this is going to be a land. The upside is if you want to, you can destroy something and give them a land for it. This card is excellent. Yes, you also can't counter it. You can't counter it because it's an ability. You can't counter the counter spell. I promise you, this card is nuts. If you play any format and you play green, I would absolutely pick this card up before it blows up if it's cheap. I've no idea how much this card costs. I'm telling you, it's a very good card. I promise. Silver Fur Master. Didn't we see this card up here? Just different art. So many different arts. Okay. The Wandering Emperor. 4 mana. Flash. Cool. As long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty ability at any time you cast an instant. Alright, so basically if you play this card on the opponent's turn, we can use her ability 1 time that turn. 3 loyalty, +1 counter, put a +1/+1 counter on up to a target creature against first strike till end of turn. Okay, so this is really small by the way. Let me zoom in for you guys. Probably better, right? All right. It's probably better. Sure. That possibility is whatever. It's a good combat trick. So it's a thing. -1, make a 2/2 white samurai tree token with vigilance. Come into play, block creature, live, blah blah. Untap with it. -2, exile target trap creature, you gain 2 life. Alright, so this card was unplayable. This card was literally unplayable until that last line of text. This card was literally trash until the -2 part. That makes it really good. So basically it's like a very versatile and different. This is going to be the new Sell the Wreckage. Okay, if you see a control player or whatever, if you see a white player having 4 mana up, you're going to wonder if they have the Emperor. Okay, so and that's cool for control decks too, because if you do have this card and an opponent decides not to attack with their creature for whatever reason because they don't get blown out, then you can, like, instead of casting this, you can cast your draw spell, right? So this is a good card. It's not like broken, but it is very playable, and this we'll see play. This will see play. I like that it has no ultimate, so it's never doing anything crazy. It's never like there's nothing to climb up to. It's just a solid trick. Settle that can also win the game. Well, it's not quite settle. Settle can also win the game. I wouldn't say this is like settle level, but it's not like doing anything crazy by making, like, there's no ultimate, but it's still a very good card. She reminds me of like the Planeswalkers from Ravnica, like Teferi, Narset, all that stuff. They're just not don't get me wrong, not as strong as Narset or Teferi, but still a good card. Oh my god. Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. Look at that fucking art. I want this shit right here. Alright, legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor, 5/5, 7 mana. When you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. That is a super fucking pog. That's kind of nuts. You may choose new targets for that copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. Sure, that's fine. Whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. This ability triggers only once each turn. So basically, just I feel like there's gonna be a cycle of these, like Vorniclicks, right? Double counters, half counters, double your spells, half the opponent's spells. This once each turn clause though came from Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Wasn't this clause from Yu-Gi-Oh originally? Anyways, this card is super sweet. It's a fun brew card. In reality, though, it's like one of those cards that's really fun. And if you don't type with it, yes, you'll win the game. Like Xanathar, the Kingpin. Sweet Commander, but ultimately, it's not really a great, like, tier 1 card. If you're gonna play 7 mana to win the game in your control deck, I'm not sure you play this over like Hullbreaker Horror, right? Hullbreaker Horror is just fucking pretty disgusting. So in standard, this card I don't think is that great. It's fun. Again, one that I will play with and build around. The card gets better. The card gets better the older you go, like the fucking historic, legacy, whatever, because then you can, like, cheat into play very easily. So as far as standard, it's not good enough. And limited is busted. I mean, it's a mythic rare. Probably pretty good in limited. I would say so. Now, in Alchemy, this card seems kind of fun in Alchemy, because if you can discard this card early in Alchemy, so in Standard, I would say no. Alchemy might be able to use this, because if you can discard it in Alchemy, then play the card, assemble the parts, and basically reanimate it and then cast another spell. It's pretty powerful. Also, in Alchemy, you do have access to Key the Archive. Key the Archive has some really powerful spells that you would love to copy. So this could be a fun thing to try in Alchemy with like some of the parts. Yes. They really made Hullbreaker Horror a 7/8. Yes. The only reason Hullbreaker Horror is a 7/8, the card would absolutely not be 7/8. It'd be more like a 5/5 like this card. The reason it is a 7/8 is only because of lore reasons. Because it's literally Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice transforms into Awaken Horror is a 7/8. So Awaken Horror is Hullbreaker Horror. That's why it bounces shit too, right? That's the only reason why it's 7/8. Otherwise, it would not be 7/8. Card's ridiculous power toughness. All right, Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh costs 4 mana. It has 4 loyalty. The first active ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. That's pretty powerful. All right, +1. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. Okay. -2. Target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, its base power toughness becomes 4/4. Sure, whatever. -6. You get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card. I love this card. This card is like it's not insane. Like you can't. It could be insane, but you don't just jam in a deck. It's not like the Wanderer or Teferi or Nissa who shakes the world or some powerful card. This card can be powerful, but you have to build your deck around it, and then you can abuse its power. And I love cards like this because I feel like this is like the essence of Magic, where it's asking, hey, build around me, and if you do, I'll reward you. I like that a lot. So I hope Wizards makes more cards like this instead of just generically good cards like Asika's Chariot, right? Or fucking, just Ambercleave or whatever. All right. Kyoto, Soul of Kamigawa. 4 mana, flash flying. Flash is always pretty good. When Kyoto, Soul of Kamigawa enters the battlefield, another target permanent against indestructible for as long as you control this card. Pay 5 Uberg mana. I guess +5/+5 on a turn. I don't know. This card is another card that makes you like scratch your head. Like it's obviously Kyoto. That's what I said, Kyoto. Like Kyoto with the key. It's Resto Angel. It's not Resto Angel necessarily. This card is still fine though. It's a good combat trick. It's also another card that's good for 4 mana. Again, like the white decks have Wanderer at 4 mana. So this card might be decent. Might be decent in some weird mid-range white deck, but overall it's kind of clunky. And Alchemy is too slow. Inquisitor Captain is just the best thing you can do in Alchemy. As white, you're better off playing small creatures. The 4-drop slot in white decks is all very powerful. Like you have Legion Angel, you have Planeswalkers. It's not really utilized. It's just, I don't know. This card seems not that great to me. It feels outdated. Maybe this card would have been good, like, back when I was playing Magic 10 years ago and on paper. It's very powered down. It's not like the cards we've seen that are just fucking nuts, but that's also okay. All right, the Wandering Emperor, saw her already. All right, I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of these cards. I don't care. Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. It's a creature shrine for 4 mana. Has vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 colorless mana. If you do, make a 1/1 colorless spirit. Make a 1/1 colorless spirit creature for each shrine you control. Is this card playable? Man, shrines are a meme. Okay, no, it's fun, but no. Maybe limited you can play it. Kyrie, the Swirling Sky, 6 mana, flying, ward 6. When this thing dies, choose 1. Okay, the fact that that's a die is annoying. Return any number of target land permanents with total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hands. Sure. Mill 6 cards and return to 2 instant and/or source cards from your graveyard to your hand. Meh. Not a fan. Rather play Imarith or Professor Onyx, or just wait till Hullbreaker Horror. No, this card is actually kind of trash. Ayo! The Dawn Sky. Five mana is a 5/4 flying vigilance. When Ayo! The Dawn Sky dies, choose 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them. Okay, so just all right on the battlefield. Put the rest of the bottom in order. Whatever. Or put 2 +1 counter on each permanent you control as a creature or vehicle. Like, no. No. Nope. Trash. AO is good. Nope, it's not good. We've come a long way from when things need to die. Like this thing, when it dies, needs to win the game. It doesn't do anything. It's like it doesn't do anything for aggro decks. Again, aggro decks, you're not casting this card in aggro, right? In a control, you're not casting this card in your control deck. Like it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything in your control deck. Control has much better finishers than this. Hall of the Storm Giants is infinitely better than this card. This card it's not good. It's trash. Trash. Azusa's Many Journeys, 2 mana. You may play an additional land this turn. Yes. Chapter 2, you gain 3 life. Sure. Chapter 3, exile the saga, the return to the battlefield transformed under your control. Likeness of the Seeker. 3/3. Whenever Likeness of the Seeker becomes blocked, untapped with 3 lands you control. What? That's trash. Doesn't draw a card or anything. It's trash. Trash card. Not good. Sorry, chat. This card's also trash. Also trash. Era of Enlightenment. 2 mana. This costs 2 mana? Yeah, so does Explore. This doesn't draw cards. It's 2 mana to gain 3 life and play land from your hand, mind you. You gain no card advantage. This gives no card advantage. You're paying. It's not good. Anyways, Era of Enlightenment, 2 mana. This is not Explore. Explore draws a card. You gain a free creature. You don't gain a free creature because this becomes a creature. This is a 1-for-1. This is you're not gaining any card advantage from this card. This card does not. Chat, I'm telling you, this card is trash. If you don't play it, you can play it though. Era of Enlightenment. Scry 2. You gain 2 life. Transform this. 2G first strike. Okay. Yep. Nope. Limited. Limited. Oh my god. How the fuck do you say that? I'm sorry. Machiko's Reign of Truth. Target creature gets +1 until end of turn. Each artifact and champion you control. And then do this again, then transform it. This thing gets +1 for each artifact creature you control. I don't know. I want to say Fringe, just because this ability could be strong. But still, not that great. The Modern Age. There we go. Look at this. Draw a card, discard a card. Draw a card, discard a card. Great. Love it. Perfect feel free reanimator. Or flashback cards. And it comes a 2/3 flyer. God damn, that's so underwhelming. Why is this third chapter just so shit? Never mind. Maybe if you're like if you're trying to loot, but it's gotta be better ways to loot. If there's not, then maybe. It's a common, yeah. I guess these are for draft. Life of Umezawa. Target creature gets +2/+2 on a turn. Target creature gets -1/-1 on a turn. You gain 2 life. Becomes a 2/3. Pay 1 life. Add 1 black mana. Spins mana. Sure. Limited it. Limited. Not too impressed with this one. It is Umezawa's Jite. It's all the above. The Shattered States era. Oh my god. 5 mana. Threaten. 5 mana threaten. Imagine casting Claim the Firstborn, and then Wizards gives you one that costs 5 mana. Anyways. PG control get +1/+0 on the turn. Transform it. Yeah. Trample haste. And limited. Limited. The Kami War. 6 fucking mana. God bless America. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls. That is a very good ability. That's good. Number 2. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then each opponent discards a card. That's also a good ability. And then transform it. Okagashi. The Digimon Made Manifest. Digimon Made Manifest is all colors. It has Flample. Whenever Digimon Made Manifest attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard. Return that card to your hand. Digimon gets +X/+0 on return, where X is the mana value of that card. That's fine. This card would be really, really good if it costs 5 mana. Instead of like, this one colorless really hurts it. That being said, no. It's really close. This card's really close. It's like Elspeth Conquers Death, except it costs 5 fucking mana. Which is a big hindrance. I'm not sure why they add the colorless to it. If the colorless mana wasn't there, I would say it's playable. I would say it's fine. The fact that it costs 6 mana though is a lot of fucking mana, bro. That's so much mana. And it also requires you to play 5 colors. If it's 5 costs, you could festival it in. Perfect. I mean, then it's playable. Probably too strong at 5. It's not too strong at 5. It's probably too strong maybe with Storm the Festival, but it's regardless, this card is okay. It's not crazy. It's the best one I've seen that transforms out of all these. These are commons, so it's okay. It's fine. It is playable, but it's not like it's asking a lot of you. Because you need all 5 colors, but anyways. Thousand Face Shadow. 1/1 for 1/1 flyer. Also has a ninjutsu. When Thousand Face Shadow enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target creature. Another target attacking creature. The token enters the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Yeah, this card's good. This card is good. Why is it good? Because you can just play as a 1/1 flyer. It's a human ninja. And then late in the game, you get to clone your best creature and play that's attacking. So that's a very good card. Very good card. No. The next one. My baby! Can we get chat? Can we please get some Fs in chat, please? Fs in chat, please, for old library girl. She has so many kids. She even adopted a rat boy, an Izumi. And now she's been complete. God bless. Flex on command. Bam. There you go. All right, full screen is free too, I guess. Fuck it. Here's your flex. All right. She's also the first. She's the first Phyrexian Planeswalker. So there's that. And I believe, not I believe, they will definitely come up with. They'll definitely convert more Planeswalkers to Phyrexian. The next big bad, obviously, is gonna be Phyrexians. So here we go. Anyways, what about Karn? Karn was not completed. Karn's also made out of silver. Karn was corrupted, but he was not completed. And Venser actually was able to cleanse Karn because he was not human. He was never actually complete. And Venser died in the process of healing Karn. But Karn is made of silver too. He's not a fleshling like Tamiyo was. Tamiyo's a fleshling. All right. Tamiyo is the first completed Planeswalker, I'm telling you. I read the lore. She's the first Phyrexian Planeswalker. Literally the first. Literally the first. Do not argue with me. It wasn't fucking Karn. All right. Anyways, she cost 2 green, Phyrexian blue, green, and blue. Completed. Obviously, this Phyrexian symbol can be paid with blue, green, or 2 life. If life was paid, this Planeswalker enters the battlefield with 2 fewer loyalty counters. All right. So 4 mana or 5 mana, depending if you pay 2 life or not. +1, tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Sure. Tamiyo, the Moon Sage, used to do this. But she used to tap lands too, which is huge. This one does not tap lands. -X. Exile target non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard. Create tokens card for that card. That is a very powerful ability. That is a strong ability. Because basically she can reanimate Planeswalkers. You can like play her for 5, -4, get back the Wanderer, or whatever Planeswalker you want, or Tezzeret, or whatever. This card's actually pretty good. Because of 5 mana, you can like basically reanimate any non-land permanent that costs 4 or less, and she sticks alive. Or you can bring a 5-drop back. She's also 5 mana, which means she plays well with Storm the Festival. And then if you have like Kaya, the token maker out, let's say you're playing like 5-color Storm the Festival or whatever. You have Kaya, the token creator. You can double up on Tamiyo tokens. This card's actually fine. That minus ability is very powerful. It's a very powerful minus ability for sure. 5 mana to play a 4-drop though. Yeah, you don't have to though. If you want to, you can play for 4 mana. It's very versatile. Like if you're being attacked, you can play for 4 mana. She's definitely a card you have to build around. But it doesn't mean she's not strong. She can be very powerful in the right deck. Just like Tezzeret. These are the cards that, again, I wish Wizards would make more of. Like, they're not by themselves, okay, this card is nuts by itself, blah, 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 blah. You have to actually think and use your brain and build a decent deck with it. This card seems totally reasonable and actually good, and I expect her to see play. She's great. And her ultimate is, for 7, create Tamiyo's Notebook. Oh my god, not her journal, her notebook? A legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 to cast. Tap, draw a card. Okay. I mean, that's powerful, but it's also very vulnerable because it's a fucking token, so you can just bounce it and kill it. Also legendary. I mean, the best ability on this card is the minus. The -7, the minus X. -7 is cool, whatever. Obviously, if you untap with it, your spells causing 2 less is obviously insane. It being a token though is more of a drawback. If it was non-legendary, maybe you could clone it, do some cool things. This card's fun though. All the abilities are cool and fun. Even the ultimate is like not game winning, but it is very strong. But it's also answerable. I love that. I actually hope maybe they head this way. So like imagine like Planeswalkers now making tokens of their abilities instead of emblems. Like if Teferi Hero of Dominaria instead of making an emblem, made like a token that did that stuff, you could maybe somehow come back in the game. I like that though. It's kind of cool. All right, babe. I'll take care of your children. I got you. Token should have hexproof reward. It is very vulnerable. I agree with that. Satoru Umezawa. 3 mana for we saw this before, right? 3 mana for 2/4. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look up the cards of your library, put them into your hand, and respond value in your order. So this gives Jin-Gitaxias ninjutsu. Turn 3 Umezawa. Turn 4 Jin-Gitaxias. Bam. This card is sweet. This card is sweet commander. This card is very fun to play in standard, historic, whatever. Very fun card to play, and could be broken depending on what the fuck you're putting into play. So Jin-Gitaxias is good then? No, this card is good. Jin-Gitaxias is fine, but this card is the fucking also a fun one, so and crazy so. Ninja Slug. She in Toxrill. Now there's Kaito. So he costs 3 mana. Bringing end step. If Kaito to the battlefield this turn, he phases out. Your opponent can do anything about him. 3 loyalty. +1. Draw a card. Discard a card unless you attack this turn. It's fine. Make a 1/1 blue ninja. Creature can be blocked. Then some emblem that does something stupid. Whenever your creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search life for a blue or black creature card, put it on the battlefield and shuffle. Yeah, this card's also fine. It's fine. It's not insanely crazy, but it is fine, and it lives, which is huge. So at the very least, it can make a creature then loot, or loot make a creature, and that in itself is pretty powerful. That's the way it protects itself in 2 ways. It reminds me of like Sarkhan Fireblood, but better. What the fuck is this? Why is there 20 of this card? Hitsugu, Devouring Chaos, 4 mana. Pay a black, sacrifice a creature, discard 2, trash. Pay 3 mana, exile top card of your library. You can play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hitsugu, Devouring Chaos, deals damage. You get trash. So you guys still gotta pay the mana for that. Atoshi, the Blazing Sky. 4 mana for a 4/4 dragon. Flample. When Atoshi... Oh, it's Sushi. At Sushi. Not Toshi. Please, I don't know. Sushi, the Blazing Sky. When Sushi, the Blazing Sky dies, choose 1. Exile a top 2 cards of your library. Till the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Whatever. Make 3 treasure tokens. Unplayable. Unplayable. This Sushi is unplayable. It is not good Sushi. Red has so many fucking good cards at 4 mana. This is not one you want to play. Not good. Sorry. No, sorry. Alright, that's it. Yeah, all the dragons are bad so far. Is that all of them? Or most of them? All pretty bad. Sushi is not vegan confirmed. You can make it vegan. But by nature, or by how it's normally made, it's not, no. Create 3 tokens is exploitable in my opinion. Yeah, it has to die. Or you can just kill your opponent. Refresh? Is there more? Oh my god, there's more. What the fuck? Alright, real quick. Biting Palm Ninja. Why the fuck is there a goddamn hand? What the fuck is this shit? This is disgusting. 3 mana for 3/3. Ninjutsu 3. Biting Palm Ninja enters the battlefield with a menace counter on it. When Biting Palm Ninja deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a menace counter from it. When you do, that player reveals their hand and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. That's a good card. That is a good creature card. Especially since you can like bounce it itself as well and rebuy it. That's a good card. Very solid. We'll see play. And that's it. Now that's a good one. Tamashi, Reality Architect. Oh, someone asked earlier why all the dragons so bad. The reason they're bad is because we're catering a lot towards commander players. Because it's one of the most played formats. I feel like a lot of these sets now, especially legendary cards, they're really cool. But they also ask you to build more commander decks. So, anyways, Tamashi, Reality Architect, 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay. It's not even yours. It's anybody's, even the opponent's. Pay X and white. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment with card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Sure. Again, this card is definitely a commander card. It's made for blue-white enchantments, right? But it is it does have some potential for non-standard as well. It does have potential for non. Can save it learn from burning? Thank Jeebus. Sorry, I keep yawning. But again, this card is asking you to like build around it, which I love, so that's super cool. Tamiyo's Completion. 4 mana, enchantment aura, flash. Enchant creature, artifact, or planeswalker. When this thing enters the battlefield, tap enchant permanent. If it's equipment, unattach it. Enchant permanent loses all abilities and doesn't tap during controller's untap step. Sure. At best, at the very, very best, this is maybe a sideboard card, but probably not. It's probably just limited. Behold the unspeakable. Creatures you don't control get -2/-0 to end your next turn. Chapter 2. If you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, draw 4 cards. What? If you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, draw 4 cards. Otherwise, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. It's still pretty good. All right. I see you, unspeakable boy. Exile this saga. Oh my god. Vision of the unspeakable. Flample. Why so much Flample recently? 0/0. This thing is +1/+1 for each card in your hand. I mean, that's the best uncommon one I've seen. It's pretty good. It's decent. It's not great. Not playable in standard, I don't think either, though. It's not good enough for standard. If this came into play in like killed creatures and then drew cards, then yes, or something. But no, not good enough for standard. But it's a very powerful one for fucking limited though. Boseiju reaches skyward. 4 mana. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. Reveal them. Put them into your hand. Into your hand. Who pays 4 mana to put 2 into their hand? What the fuck? Alright, 2 mana, or chapter 2. Put up to 1 target land card from your graveyard on top of your library. What? No. And transform it. Enchantment creature plant. 0/0, reach. Is plausible. This card is fucking dog shit. Unplayable. The Dragon Kami Reborn. It's a rare. Maybe it's playable. Art is sick. 3 mana. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, you gain 2 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down with a hatching counter on it. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Huh. Okay. Dragon Kami's Egg. It's an 0-1. When this egg or a dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with hatching counters on them without paying its mana cost. Seems okay. It's very like, I don't know, I don't know. This one's weird. It's not good. I won't say it's good by any means. I'm trying to think if it's playable. It's definitely not like a staple or anything or broken. I'm trying to think if it's playable. I don't know. Maybe in older formats we can like try. If Brainstorm is legal, this card would be fucking nuts. It'd be really good with Brainstorm. You can brainstorm and like exile some fat creature, right? This card is gonna be played as a combo. This card is not gonna be played as like a way to get value naturally. You really want to hit like some stupid bomb with it, like Tox Thrill or something crazy, and then basically try to sacrifice your egg. There are a lot of ways to sacrifice this egg. You can sacrifice with like Deadly Dispute, Village Rites, or Meathook Massacre. But this will be more of a combo card than just like a general value card, I think. Because it looks at 6 overall, right? You see this card sees 6 cards because you do it twice. So combo card. Would the ability still trigger? So you cast the hatchling card instantly? Yeah, for free. Yes. Would the ability still trigger for token copies of it? Yes. Like, so what if you copy the creature half? Are you saying if you copy this and then kill it and then token dies? Yeah. That would work. Yes, that would work. It also work with changelings. If you want like a way to sacrifice a dragon cheaply, changelings are a great way to do so. I would say Faceless Haven is also a good way to do it, but the card is banned now. All right, Teachings of the Kirin, 2 mana, another rare. Mill 3 cards, make a 1/1 spirit creature token. Okay, that's kind of trash, but keep going. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Also very unimpressive. Kirin Touched Urachi, Snake Monk. 1/1. When this thing attacks, choose 1. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, make a 1/1 spirit token. Exile non-creature card from your graveyard. When you do, this card is trash. It's a 1/1. The 2 mana becomes a 1/1 in a format where we have Spikefield Hazard. I don't even know, man. I don't know. So this set seems kind of underwhelming so far, which is a little sad. I mean, obviously we're still like fucking. We're not there yet. We're not like. Still a lot to go. We still have a long way to go. So I'm just gonna wait instead of ranting. Still a long way to go. We'll see. Also, another card, Covert Technician. Every time I refresh, we get new cards. Anyways, 3 mana for 2/4. This thing deals combat damage to a player. You may put artifact with mana value less than or equal to the damage from hand on the battlefield. There's the Kami War. Lethal Exploit. Instant target creature gets -2/-1 until end of turn. It's additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each modified creature control. No. Enchant creature artifact. As long as the enchant framework is creature gets +2/+1. No. Alright, we're done. We're done with the previews.